Please, I have a genuine question. Very, very genuine from the bottom of my heart. How do you people sleep?
Criminals are abusing the visa system that was designed to allow carers to be recruited from abroad, resulting in constant allegations of fraud and modern slavery. The concerns have led to a nationwide investigation into care agencies operating illegally, as our communities correspondent Becky Johnson now reports.
They provide a lifeline for vulnerable people, and a shortage of carers in Britain means staff are needed from abroad. But Sky News can reveal widespread visa fraud and a nationwide investigation into modern slavery in the care sector. In northwest England, we found migrants knocking on care home doors, desperate for a job.
We are looking for a work permit, like most of the care homes giving work permit or jobs.
Inside, staff didn't want to be identified, but told us they're constantly being contacted by companies they've never heard of, offering them carers.
We probably get about 4 or 5 calls a day asking if we need any agency staff. And a lot are now are phoning and offering that they'll do a free shift.
And in terms of the knocks on the door from people asking for work, how often is that?
2 or 3 times a day, I'd say.
It's happening because some companies are illegally charging for work visas and then failing to provide jobs. This woman, who we're calling Mary, paid £4,000 to an agent in the north of England for a certificate of sponsorship for a full-time job as a carer. It was only after she arrived from the Philippines in July that she realised she'd been conned. Have they given you any work?
No, even single day of work they couldn't provide, they didn't give us.
Visa rules mean she's only allowed to work full-time for her sponsor, and any part-time work has to also be in care. So like the people we saw knocking on doors, she's also been approaching care homes.
Do you feel trapped?
Yeah.
Could you go back?
No, I couldn't. I spend a lot of money and my family doesn't know my situation here and I don't want to tell them. They will be upset.
She's scared of the consequences of reporting her sponsor, which is why we're not naming the company. But it's one of several apparently fake agencies set up since February 2022, when the government began allowing carers in on skilled worker visas.
So I think it's very, very close to people trafficking.
This care home owner in Milton Keynes had to pause overseas recruitment after finding out an agent he'd paid had also illegally charged a worker for her visa. What sort of sums of money are we talking about?
So the recruiter's getting £30,000 to bring somebody over. So actually it's probably more than the transporters are getting for the rubber dinghies coming across the channel.
A major investigation is now underway into multiple care agencies suspected of being established with the intention of exploiting workers.
The sole purpose of these criminals is to use these people as cash cows. They are running businesses at a much reduced cost because they're not paying them what they're supposed to. It is our #1 priority at the moment.
The government insists companies operating unlawfully may face prosecution and removal from the sponsorship register. Many in the care sector believe urgent reform is needed to protect workers and the vulnerable people they look after.
How do you sleep, knowing fully well that you have taken somebody's hard-earned money, thousands of pounds, millions of naira, thousands, and then you bring them to a country where they know nobody? You bring them to a country where you have to pay your bill no matter who you are? You bring them to a country where even we that are working full-time safe, if not be good. And then you leave them stranded with no job, with no enough work hours, knowing fully well that they are tied to your contract, they cannot leave. And then you threaten them. Somebody was in my inbox with the contract that the employer has sent to them for them to sign that they will not work with another person and they will not work with someone else even how many months after they've left them. And you do not give them enough hours and you are giving them such contract to sign. How do you people sleep? How do you people sleep? How do you think your children will prosper? How do you think you will not end up with one leg and no brain cells? How? How?